play. Had a great 2015 campaign, did not do so well in 2016, a 3-win season last year. But have bounced back to right around mediocrity this year so far, staying afloat, 1-1 in conference play. Could go either way for the Owls and the Tigers down the backstretch of this season. Tigers have a little bit of work to do, coming off a tough weekend in Florida when they were swept by USF and UCF. The Tigers in blue with white numerals this evening. The visiting Temple Owls from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in white with crimson trim and crimson numerals. Referees for this match, Shane Butler, assisted by Chris Strickland and John White. And we are underway from Micro Soccer Complex in Collierville. The Owls start with possession. And quickly the Tigers will gain the ball themselves. Olivia Gauthier from the back. Pushes to Moberg. Moberg 5 saves in her college debut in Florida over the weekend against UCF. Orlando, just 2 hours driving time away from her home in Port St. Lucie. Unfortunately, not a good result for the Tigers. A 5-0 loss to one of the top-ranked teams in the country, and Brooks Monaghan was a little down in the mouth about it. Pretty hard on his kids because he believes in their talent. That's not a match he expected to lose in that way, hoping the Tigers can regain their footing here against the Temple Owls. We're in mid-October, but still this is the Tigers' final home weekend in the regular season. They will host UConn on Senior Day at the Billy Murphy Athletic Complex on Park Avenue. That'll be a 1 o'clock Central Time match as the Tigers take on the Huskies. UConn, the best team in the conference last year, will certainly prove tough on Senior Day. Here's Sesson Stevens, one of the 5 seniors being honored on Sunday. Back to Sydney Kingston. Owls putting a little bit of pressure on the Memphis defense, but not too much on the ball as of yet. Mallon ahead for Elizabeth Warner. And it's out of play. Tigers still a team with a good offense. 31 total goals on the year. It has slowed down a little bit in recent matches. But Memphis still plenty to play for. The number 49 RPI in the country, despite 2 losses this weekend. Jessica Lisi on the turn, gets possession. Slides to her right. Levasseur there, she slides out further wide. Bent in, back post, a chance, not quite there. Well played by the Tigers, just could not convert on that opportunity. Serena Dolan nearly got her head to it in a good way, just wide of the mouth of the goal. And here's goalkeeper Morgan Basilio to kick. Basilio, a sophomore Philadelphia native, did not play last season, but has taken over the starting role for Temple this year. Nil-nil the score, just underway here in the first half between Memphis and the Temple Owls. Ball at the feet of Olivia Gauthier, center back for Memphis. Gauthier played across. Stasia Mallon up the right sideline. And again out of play just as Elizabeth Werner was getting to it. Temple, after this match, will go on the road and play Tulsa on Sunday. Memphis and the Golden Hurricane connected as travel partners in this American Athletic Conference schedule. Owls playing forward, a little bit of pressure, but denied by the Memphis defense. Morgan Morocco had an open look for a moment. Pressure closed on her quickly. Memphis with a sturdy advantage in possession so far early on in this match. Played back for Dolan, now ahead by Sesson Stevens. Gauthier pushes ahead toward Warner, headed away from her. Temple defense very keen on defending Elizabeth Warner tonight. And Basilio will collect just as the Tigers get into a bit of a threatening position. Still loose, offensive third for Memphis. Here's Lacey. Lacey toward the right side, strikes for goal, that's wide. Didn't miss by much. Basilio on with a goal kick. Jessica Lacey on the season for the Tigers. 13 games, 4 goals, 5 assists for 13 points on 27 shots. And Memphis will collect again with Sesson Stevens the throw in the offensive third. Seamus O'Connor looking on from the sidelines in the crimson hat for the Temple Owls. 4th season at the helm. Has seen the highs, has seen the lows as well. 12-win season 2 years ago, 3-win season last year. Played through for Dolan. Here's Catherine Levasseur. Up the right side, and still Warner cannot get to it. Whenever Memphis has tried to go to Elizabeth Warner early in this match, Temple has been right there, marking her close. Gauthier, methodical, pensive. Out wide from Mallon. Lacey Powell is the one marking Elizabeth Warner, who comes now to get the ball. Powell in her hip pocket all night thus far. Warner has to play it away with the left foot across the field toward Marie Levasseur. This is Levasseur's strong position. Crossing in from the left side, no on the one touch. Again, headed, still loose. Opportunity for the Tigers, and finally Basilio collects on the bounce. Levasseur able to get the cross in. Maybe not at the height that the Tigers wanted, but offense definitely had a shot for Memphis. Still 0-0 between the Tigers and the Owls here at Micro Soccer Complex. Still in the opening 10 minutes of the match. Basilio, a strong boot though low. Dolan able to block it. Owls get possession back. Sent forward. And a little too far for the Owls. Nice job by Elizabeth Moberg out off her line to collect on a slide. challenged Morgan Morocco and was able to come away with the ball. Moberg, a lefty boot down the left touchline. Here come the Tigers in the counterattack. Lacey looking for room. Doesn't have much. Finds some space, launches toward the far side, but collected by Basilio. Jessica Lacey making something out of nothing. Looked to be bottled up for a moment there, but found the space to shoot. Tigers so far in control, despite there being no score. It's kind of the trouble with soccer. You can be in control the whole way, and one flub can allow the other team the chance at any moment. Have to stay on guard all the time. Here is Lacey. Out wide for Warner. Lizzie Warner, partly blocked, and the Tigers, I think, are going to get a chance at a corner here. Yes, they will. Nope. Goal kick coming instead. Tigers had just one corner kick against UCF in their 5-0 loss this past weekend. Committed 13 fouls and were minus 11 on their shot differential. Outshot 22-11 by the Knights. Moberg away from danger. Kingston, Dolan. Nice push, Levasseur. Over to Dolan. Back to the center for Lacey, just behind her. Wide to Warner. The Tigers work it into the offensive third. Warner across, just a little bit beyond the goal line. 0-0 here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. I'm Tyler Springs. Thanks for tuning in to the Memphis Tiger Network tonight. Our executive producer on the Memphis Tiger Network, Shelby Hodges. Our camera crew, Michael Matthews, Nathan Chin, and Aspen Hayes tonight at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. Made the trek out east, about 15 miles from the University of Memphis Midtown campus. Sunday's match against Tulsa will be on campus as the Tigers look to make a move back toward potential facilities in Midtown. Exciting developments for both Richard Mulrooney and Brooks Monaghan. Haven't seen a lot of Clarissa Laracy so far in this match. Moberg ready for that brief counterattack there. Wasn't a strong chance for the Owls. A little over aggressive perhaps, with the defense closing in. Here's Warner. Gauthier. Stevens, challenge, keeps hold of it, but not for long. Taken away from Dolan. A lot of retrieving early on for Olivia Gauthier and the Memphis Tiger back line. Almost 15 minutes elapsed in this match. Nil-nil our score. Memphis 1-2-1 in the American Athletic Conference against the Temple Owls side that is 1-1, having lost most recently 3-0 to Cincinnati. Here's Lacey. Trying to nutmeg her way out of this one. Shot blocked by Temple. Can the Owls counter? Stevens chests it down. Allen working with it. Had it poked free. And out once more through the far touchline. 0-0 the score, a little more than 15 minutes elapsed, which means a little under 30 minutes to play as the clock counts down in American college soccer rather than up, the way you see in the professional ranks. 30 minutes to play in the first half, to be exact. Good passing by the Tigers in the midfield. Catherine Levasseur, a challenge on the ball. A little bit hard. Julia Dolan came up a bit stiff after the tackle. Gauthier, patient. Finds room for a drive over toward Marie Levasseur. Here's the junior. Into the center. Gets to her right foot. A touchback over toward Jessica Lisi. Played in. Chance for the Tigers here? No. Too far toward Basilio. Lisi was trying to set up Clarissa Laracy there, but could not make the connection. Here's Catherine Levasseur. Lisi on the ball, trying to take it. Can't do it. Mallon toward Laracy. Lisi played ahead. No one on a run there. Still a 0-0 count. 27 minutes and change. We have our first substitution for the Temple Owls. Emma Wilkins comes on. Morgan Morocco comes out. Wilkins, one of the top point scorers. 2 goals and an assist with 14 shots for Temple this season. Nil-nil as a gold-tinged moon just begins to creep down toward the horizon. Or I guess it's creeping up. as the moon likes to do. First half here between Memphis and Temple. Nobody has scored. Clarissa Laracy trying to change that. Here's the freshman speedster, knocked off her feet, and the ball taken away. Laracy has been as hard to find in these opening minutes as any Tigers player. Credit the Owls on that. And now a free kick coming from Memphis. Gauthier to take it. Center of the field, she'll go with her right foot. Two-player wall. Gauthier lofts it toward goal. Parried initially. And a whistle quickly as Morgan Basilio was able to knock it away with her fist. It will be a goal kick. Temple has scored only 18 goals this year compared to 31 for Memphis. Tigers and Owls scoreless thus far. We've played through 20 minutes. 25 to go here in the first half. Kingston pushing it away from trouble. Most of the Owls scoring coming from Ilana Falcone. Chance here. One-on-one with Moberg. Helped out by Gauthier. There's the save by the freshman. How about that? What a clutch play from the freshman, Elizabeth Moberg. Got some good help as Emma Wilkins came in hot. Gauthier hip checking her all the way. But it was Moberg making the save. We remain tied 0-0. Elizabeth Warner now on the left side. Gonna try her luck on the cross. Bent in and deflected. It goes the Owls' way. Wilkins up top. Cunningham pushing forward, right into Gauthier's path. Gabriella McEwen was looking for it, could not reach it in time. Nice takeaway by Sydney Kingston at the back. Senior from Dallas, among those that will be honored on Sunday when the Tigers play UConn, final home match of the season. No sign of substitutes as of yet for Memphis. Tigers only have 12 players who have played at least 10 matches, which would be 70% of the schedule. In contrast, the Owls of Temple have 16 players in the field, that being non-goalkeepers, who have played at least 8 matches, which would be 70% of their 11-game schedule thus far. So the depth of the moment not quite there for Memphis. They may have to weather some fatigue down the backstretch of the season, similar to the way they have to begin the year. Sometimes possible for young players to gain the trust of a coach the deeper they go in the year, as Clarissa Laracy has done. as Elizabeth Moberg is doing currently. But the rotation for Brooks Monaghan, probably a little shorter than the pool of resources he'd like to be able to draw on. Juliet Esposito on for Temple now, as the Owls look for a way through. 0-0 our score through 25 minutes of action here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. 20 to play here in the first half. Elizabeth Warner to the middle. Got to her strong right foot. The opposite side for Marie Levasseur. Levasseur played in, just up and over the goal line. Basilio got a hand to it. Tigers could not put it in. Stevens played for Lisi, a little bit out of her range. Here's Marie Levasseur. Ponytail flying in the wind. Over to Lisi. Shoots wide left. On the season, Temple has had 76 corners. They've allowed 47. Memphis, in contrast, 55 corners. They've allowed 44. So both these teams reasonably good at denying the other team. Kind of a surprise that neither one has had a corner opportunity yet. Here come the Owls. Played a few feet too far ahead by Temple. Sarah McLean got a little excited there. Junior from Cherry Hill, Missouri. 11 games, a goal and assist. But she gives it up that time to Elizabeth Moberg, the Memphis goalkeeper, a freshman. Each of the 3 goalkeepers on the Memphis roster have gotten time this season. Moberg being the most recent. Rachel Ashworth-Shepherd started the year. Morgan Berg saw her first action against SMU, only got in for 11 minutes and then had to be taken out after making her first save, on which she appeared to injure herself. Ashworth-Shepherd came back in. And this past weekend, Moberg got her first shot. Played in by the Tigers once more to the center. Yes! Look at that goal. 1-0 Memphis. A tremendous feed from the right side. Jessica Lisi doing the damage. And the Tigers go up 1-0. Lisi's 4th, make it 5th goal of the year. With Memphis having the early advantage here on Temple. A brilliant in-rhythm strike from Jessica Lisi, the sophomore. Let's not pretend Brooks Monaghan will take his foot off the gas pedal, but good at least for the Tigers to put themselves up against a team that is 500 on the year in non-conference action, has not played the schedule that Memphis has. Tigers up 1-0. Less than 19 minutes to play in the first half against the Temple Owls here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. Everything starting from the back tonight for the Memphis Tigers. Gautier, Sydney Kingston, Cessna Stevens, Stacia Mallon. have been the gatekeepers. Memphis holding a significant possession advantage at this point in the match. Lacey again to the center, weaving her way in. Out to Mallon. Crossed in, far post, not quite. Michaela Morton was there for a moment, but the timing was not quite right. Morton, a substitute, taking the place of Serena Dolan. And Lacey got clocked in the face for a moment there, went down holding her nose. Hopefully not serious, but certainly stung by the blow. Soccer indubitably does not get the physicality rep that some sports do, but similarly with basketball, when you're out there trying to do the best to position your body, you can get banged around pretty good. Free kick sails a little bit that time on Olivia Gauthier, collected by Basilio. Soccer concussions, you could argue, even easier than basketball concussions to come by because of the distances that you're running. The fact that you're leaping up all the time, have to land, sometimes go to the ground. And particularly with the way you operate with the use of your head as a weapon for the ball. Can't really say that about any other sport. All the jostling, all the bumping can take a toll. Temple with possession in white, crimson trim and crimson numerals. Owls have not been able to get anything structured going tonight. Had a couple of breakaway opportunities, but nothing that's been a serious siege on freshman goalkeeper Elizabeth Moberg thus far. She did make one very impressive save on a breakaway attempt. By Emma Wilkins. Owls offense has not been heard from much since. McEwen. Nope, there's Gauthier. Laracy trying to play it forward blindly. Intercepted by a Temple defender. (1-0) Tigers. Fewer than 15 minutes to go in the first half. The goal coming from Jessica Lisi. Well struck into the upper right 90. Gauthier. Played ahead for Morton. Now Lisi. Green grass in front of her. Laracy one-on-one. Has the angle, has the shot, deflected, and Balaseo able to keep it. I'm Tyler Springs. Thanks for tuning into the Memphis Tiger Network tonight. Tigers on top 1-0 against the Temple Owls. Don't forget you can follow all the happenings with the Memphis women's soccer team on Facebook, Facebook/MemphisWSoccer, or on Twitter at MemphisWSoccer. You can also tweet feedback at me if you wish. I'm at Typhoon Springs. Would welcome knowing if I'm mispronouncing someone's name or their hometown, or worse, using an improper term. Always trying to improve the quality and the accuracy of our soccer broadcasts here on the Memphis Tiger Network. Gauthier played ahead, a nice little curl on the ball toward the near post. Morton and Laracy both there, neither one with the opportunity they wanted. Under 12 minutes to play here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex in the first half. Memphis on top 1-0 as Sesson Stevens takes to it. Slide left, Laracy wasn't quite looking for it. Gauthier again. Ferrying it up the touchline with ease. Now Stevens. Tigers in rhythm, moving it ahead as one. Levasseur to the middle. A launch too high. Marie Levasseur, very sure of herself, talented player. Recognized as a preseason all-conference pick, saw some time last year. The Canadian national team. 5 goals this year, 5 assists in part, because she is more of a known entity for Brooks Monaghan. You don't have the Batman Robin quality that you did with Valerie Sanderson at her side in 2016. Sanderson, you could argue in that, was the Batman of the duo. Taking the bigger share of the scoring for the Memphis offense last year. And has signed to play professionally in France, which is a pretty cool opportunity for a tremendous player for the Memphis program. One-0 our score. 10 minutes to go until halftime. Memphis on top. Tigers in their blue uniforms with white numerals. Working right to left. South to north from our broadcast position here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. The defending Temple Owls in white with crimson trim and crimson numerals have not been able to sustain possession and thereby have not been able to have too many good chances on the Tiger goal in this half. Only score thus far, a strike from Jessica Lisi, number 5 on the year, to put the Tigers in the lead. Down the left side, Laracy gives it up for Catherine Levasseur. Through ball, Laracy from the left, streaking in. Got the right foot to it. Feeds to the center. Now a strike from Catherine Levasseur, too high. Speed really helps. And Laracy has it to burn. KJ Waghorn, the substitute on for the Temple Owls. Seamus O'Connor looking to get a couple of his girls a little rest before halftime. Here's Stevens, Vancouver native. I said Vancouver, I meant British Columbia. Slight difference. One's a province, one's a city. A little bit the same way everybody says they're from New York. Well, you're from New York State, you're from New York City. New York is a pretty big state. Same way British Columbia is a pretty big province in Canada. Beautiful, though. Here's Stevens from the near touch line. Looking for Laracy. Knocked off the ball roughly there. Kelsey Dolan, no relation to Serena Dolan, doing the pushing for Temple. So there are 3 Dolans potentially on the field tonight. Julia Dolan, Kelsey Dolan, sisters for Temple, and Serena Dolan. Dolan spelled the same way for all 3. (1-0) Memphis, 8 minutes and change to play in the first half in Micro Soccer Complex. Owls would like to get one back before halftime. If they get one back, they get it all back. It would make it even at the break. Throw coming in for the Owls. Crossfield play. Now Laracy. Keeps it from going out. Straight line speed and a rough tackle. The foul against Temple's Gabriella McCune gives Memphis a kick. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Olivia Gauthier has set up a couple of these already. None so far with a payoff. Gauthier listening to Brooks Monaghan and Johnny Williams, her coaches. Sends it near side. This is going to curl wide of the mark. You can see very quickly from our angle. Just hooked a little too much. Chanel Hudson-Marks will trot on as Laracy, the freshman, gets a rest. She will be back in the second half. Brooks Monaghan trading speed for speed there. Hudson-Marks. With similar jets to Clarissa Laracy. Here's Stevens. Trying to work up the left sideline. Hudson-Marks could not control. Here's Hudson-Marks. Into the box, into the center, to the right foot. Not quite there. Poked away. Had a shot. Chanel couldn't quite get it where she wanted it. And now ahead for Temple. Long run from Morgan Glassford, the redshirt senior. Not able to gain control. Glassford actually a graduate student for this Temple Owls side. Played 4 years of Owls women's lacrosse and then decided, I have not had enough of field sports. Let's do one more year. 9 games so far this year for Glassford and 2 goals. It's a pretty good athlete to make that transition. And pursuing a graduate degree at the same time, no less. Chance here for Temple as they set up in 3 pods at the top of the box. Played away by the Tigers. Marie Levasseur getting the biggest foot to it. Chance now, easily put in. Morton on the goal just ahead of halftime. That's easy pickings and free money for Brooks Monaghan's side. Basilio, the goalie, upset with herself on the Owls side. Seamus O'Connor will have a lot to talk about in regrouping his side at the halfway point. Tigers up 2-0 against Temple here on Thursday night. Memphis looking to get back to 500 in American Athletic Conference play. That's where the Owls are right now at 1-1. The scoring so far, Jessica Lisi with a strike for the upper 90. And there, Michaela Morton makes the most of a Temple mistake. Ahead again for Chanel Hudson-Marks. Basilio off her line, out to grab it. Under 2 minutes to play until the half. Levasseur had the pass blocked, goes out of play. Houston having as difficult a time tonight with UCF as Memphis did. It's already 4-0 Knights over the Cougars. We'll get you some more scoring updates from around the league when we reach halftime. 60 seconds away. We'll take a short break first and come back with some stats from the first half and a look ahead at the second as well. But you'd have to imagine the way the Tigers have dominated possession and holding the lead that they do, Brooks Monaghan will not go easy on his crew at halftime. Does he ever? Probably not. But this in particular, a conference match he knows they can lock up. Get some confidence back, particularly with a hard team like UConn coming in on Sunday. Wanting to make sure his squad is up to the fitness level and the mental fitness level as well 10, 9, for a squad like that. 8, 7, 6, time winding 5, down here at the dregs 4, of the first half. Moberg 2, will take the ball in control at her feet. The Tigers finish 45 minutes on top, 2-0 against the Temple Owls here at the Mike Rose Soccer Complex. We'll return shortly with the second half of action here on the Memphis Tiger Network. Memphis 2, Temple 0. One more half to go. White numerals. Temple in white with crimson trim and numerals. Memphis outshot the Owls 12-2 in the first half, if that tells you anything. 3 saves for Morgan Basilio. She's the keeper for the Owls. Allowed 2 goals. Elizabeth Moberg made 1 tremendous save on a breakaway, denying Emma Wilkins, but otherwise remained untested. Neither side has had a corner kick yet. That's particularly noteworthy for Temple, who's had 76 this year in 11 matches. Tigers get to start with the ball at their feet to begin the second half. Here's Jessica Lisi, who got popped in the face by what appeared to be a flying elbow in the first half, but has held up nicely. Collected her 5th goal of the year. A touch from Michaela Morton without control. And here's Basilio, the goalie, with her first goal kick of the second 45. Temple's 2 shots from Ilana Falcone and Emma Wilkins. Wilkins the only one to put one on target. Tigers have distributed the shots. One per player, except for Lisi, who had 5 in the first half, 2 of them on goal. The moon has risen here at Micro Soccer Complex, white as a dinner plate in the distance. As we play on toward 8 o'clock Central Time. Tigers looking to move back to 500 in American Athletic Conference play after a winless weekend against UCF and USF in the Sunshine State. Temple at 1-1 currently, having fallen to Cincinnati previous to this match and beaten ECU for their first conference win since 2015, which was a standout 12-win campaign for Seamus O'Connor and the Owls. Philadelphia visitors in a hole here. And the ball in the offensive third for the Tigers, though Temple with possession. Throw coming from Lacey Powell, who did a great job in the first half, marking Elizabeth Warner. There's Warner and Powell. Matched up doing their dance again. This time a whistle for a rough challenge from Lisi. Emily Keitel. Kick coming. Back to the Tigers. Through ball for Warner up the touchline. Can't get to it soon enough. Memphis, team RPI, number 49 in the country. Brooks Monaghan and the squad looking to keep that number low to have a shot at an NCAA tournament berth. They're certainly going to need a conference record that's above 500 if they want to make waves. Warner to the center. Pushed it over for Serena Dolan, but pushed it a pace too far. McEwen down the right side. Long run there for Wilkins. Could not get an angle on freshman goalkeeper Elizabeth Moberg. And here we go with the first corner kick of the match for either side. It'll be taken by Kayla Cunningham from the offensive right for Temple. Cunningham to strike with her right foot as well. Test for the freshman goalkeeper Moberg. Near post. Goberg snatches it. Moberg went up the ladder easily there, showing off the athleticism. Maybe the deepest pool of goalkeeping talent at any one time on the roster for Brooks Monaghan right now, with Rachel Ashworth-Shepherd, who began the year as the starter, Moberg, who debuted against UCF, and Morgan Berg, who played against SMU earlier in conference action. Helps the Tigers have a strong back line as well. Here's Morton. Pushed it Dolan's way. Had it knocked clear for a moment. And out of play as McEwen went for it. Morton over for Stasia Mallon. Warner thought about giving and going. Back for Catherine Levasseur. Long run for Sydney Kingston. Trying to box out Wilkins. Wilkins gets the angle on her. Wilkins along the goal line extended. Pass to the center. And a block by the Tiger defense. But the flag up first. Goal kick coming from Moberg as the Tigers able to skirt danger. They lead it 2-0 here in the second half. Under 39 minutes to play at Micro Soccer Complex. Tigers hoping to improve to 8-5-1 on the year. Catherine Levasseur, all kinds of room. Gives it up for Warner. Sesson Stevens. Up the far side. Bent in. And well defended by the Owls there. Asia Brown keeping it out of harm's way. Marie Levasseur got the cross, but could not get the finish. Lost in the midfield by the Tigers. Up it comes from Falcone, but quickly dispossessed. As we've mentioned before, the scoring for Temple a lot fewer and farther between than it is for the Tigers of Memphis. 31 goals for Memphis, 18 on the year for the Owls. Owls have also defended a bit better, allowing 13 goals in contrast to Memphis 23. Kept alive in the offensive third by the Tigers. Into the center. Dolan was looking for it, but was closely marked. Brooks Monaghan, some encouraging chatter from the sideline. Lizzie Simonin kneeling on the grass. Johnny Walker in a crouched position. Each one encouraging the Tigers. Trying to get back to 500 in the American Athletic Conference. Senior Day upcoming with UConn coming to the Park Avenue campus on Sunday. That will be a toughie. UConn tonight tied 0-0 with Tulsa at halftime. UCF holding a 4-0 lead on Houston, and USF with a 1-goal advantage over SMU. All those matches at halftime at last look. Don't forget to follow the Memphis Tiger women's soccer team at Memphis W Soccer on Twitter, Facebook/Memphis W Soccer. I'm Tyler Springs. Thanks for tuning into the Memphis Tiger Network this evening to see Brooks Monaghan's squad in action. Our executive producer is Shelby Hodges. Our camera crew tonight, Michael Matthews, Nathan Chin, and Aspen Hayes. Played forward, but it's going to be taken in easily by Basilio, the sophomore, who did not appear in action last season. Whistle for a rough challenge in the midfield. Wilkins and the Owls will press onward. No noise from any of the top scorers for the Owls in this game. Falcone, McEwen, or Kerry McGinley. top of the box. Nothing doing for Temple. They still have possession. Pushed out through the end line. Here is Kerry McGinley. First action that we've seen for McGinley on the night. Junior from Philadelphia, 3 goals, 2 assists on 13 shots. Warner had it deflected, going toward the center. Levasseur tried to get to it. This is going to go out. But a corner coming off the deflection for Memphis. Their first. Only needed 55 minutes before Memphis got their first corner opportunity. It's Jessica Lisi to take it. Bright orange cleats. Black Nike swooshes for Lisi. Here's the sophomore. Bent in. Far post. More than the header. Not quite on target. And the chance goes begging for the Tigers. Tigers 2, Owls 0 here at Micro Soccer Complex in Collierville. Here's Stacia Mallon. Long run, headed poked away. Will have to retreat quickly if she does not get it back. She does. Gets a little help from Kathleen Levasseur. Morton in position, trying to keep hold of it in the midst of a flurry of Owls. Up the touchline by Warner. Crossing in, deflected by the Owls. And the visitors try to punch it forward. Gauthier will chase and sweep it all the way back to goalkeeper Moberg. The shooting stats from the first half again, Tigers winning 12-2 in that battle. We will get some subs on here for the Owls. Julia Dolan will enter. Morgan Morocco also back on. As Seamus O'Connor searches for answers for his Temple side. Here's a shot. On goal, just wide. Looked from our angle as though it might sneak past Moberg, but she did not move for it. Knew immediately that it was out of range. Maggie Overby making her first appearance. Spelling Serena Dolan here in the second half. Overby played a lot to begin the year, with Dolan being a little banged up. Took some time to come back. Overby just a freshman, but has played capably. Warner turns on the burners. Nice move to get free. Into the center, but deflected away. That was a heck of a dodge. Here's McEwen, racing down the right flank. Taken away by Gauthier. That is the strength of an all-conference honoree right there. Levasseur from the middle. Plays it right. Standing challenge, and the Tigers able to get possession back. A deflection denies Lisi. Good play there by Overby to get possession for Memphis in an advantageous position. Strong fake from Sydney Kingston. Got the better that time of Carrie McGinley. 2-0 Tigers. Fewer than 30 minutes to play here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. And a missed touch there from Mallon. Lets possession slip away. I'm Tyler Springs. If you'd like, you can tweet at me at Typhoon Springs on Twitter. Give me some feedback on this broadcast, whether I'm using proper terminology, pronouncing someone's name or hometown correctly. Played forward, Lisi with two defenders in front of her. Knocked over the player marking her. Slow to get up is Lacey Powell, who has had her hands full all evening. Powell looked as though she got the wind knocked out of her there. Arms held overhead. Clutching her chest as though she cannot catch her breath. She's going to stay in the game. Tough effort. Back goes Sesson Stevens, pushing it toward goal. Safe haven tonight, protected by the freshman, Elizabeth Moberg. The goalkeepers for Memphis, all athletic, all smart, all coming from talented soccer backgrounds. Moberg in particular, member of the National Honor Society in high school. Has a knack for physics and math. Won 2 state titles with her club team, Sunrise SC. And one of the more unique athletic resumes I've seen from the high school ranks as well. Played golf, participated in track and field, also bowled, also played flag football. Florida sounds nice for high school athletes. A lot of options. Gotta tell you, other spots in the country, you don't come away with nearly that many chances to participate in high school athletics, particularly at the bowling and the flag football ways. Levasseur tries to bend it in off the deflection. Morton kept it alive. It's going to go off Temple, a chance for a Memphis corner here. Aisha Brown, the last one to touch it as it went through the end line. Memphis will get a chance to sub here. I believe it's Clarissa Laracy coming back on. She'll take out Elizabeth Warner ahead of this corner. Lacey plays it in. The header once, no, not quite. Gautier had a chance, couldn't put it away. Taken off the noggin by Carrie McGinley. Now Overby to the center. Levasseur. Nicely through from Marie Levasseur. Chasing it down ahead of the end line. Blocked by Temple. Right into the chest of Lacey Powell, who's been hounded all evening. Get the ice bags and the heating packs ready for Lacey Powell. She has earned it in this match. Marking some of Memphis' best offensive players. The goals have not come from Warner or Marie Levasseur, who have manned the wings most often tonight for Memphis. Good header there to end the chance. Kelsey Dolan for Temple playing it away. Moberg off the line to collect. 2-0 Memphis. As we go deeper in the second half here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. Under 25 minutes to play. As the Tigers, up by a pair, look to close out their 8th win overall this year, but would be their 2nd win in conference action. Stacia Mallon allowed herself to be dispossessed there. Strong challenge by Moberg, just at the top of the box. Goes the Tigers' way. Player she challenged, a little slow to get up. Morgan Morocco. Almost, but not quite for the Owls. Seamus O'Connor, a brief word with the official. Shane Butler. Kick coming for Temple. Line drive, far post. Headed away for a moment. And Temple missed its target. They've let Laracy loose. Clarissa Laracy. Freshman ran out of steam. Fed to Marie Levasseur. Michaela Morton giving her teammates a chance to join them at the front. Overby. Nice play to keep it. Catherine Levasseur plays wide. Kept in. Laracy from the right. Laracy in. Laracy cannot weave it through. And played well wide. McGinley giving chase. (2-0) the Memphis lead. Tigers want to add to it on the counterattack. Overby. Marie Levasseur sizing things up. Plays it in. Nice cross. Good header from Lisi, but it was just high. Had to duck low to get the noggin to it. Just could not quite place it under the crossbar. 20 minutes and change to play. Memphis still with a 2-goal lead on Temple. Blue and gray, slowly but surely trying to tire out this Temple side. Wilkins from the left, had it blocked by Gauthier. Chance coming. Just a throw for Temple. Crossed in, near post. Gauthier the header away. Position taken at the top of the box there. But not for long by Temple. They said Wilkins got a little physical with it. Morton, give and go. Levasseur hustling for the corner. Marie Levasseur plays it back. Stacia Mallon, left-footed cross into the center. Chance there, right in front. Lisi, unfortunately, could not get a clean touch on it. Under 20 minutes to go, with Memphis holding a 2-0 lead against Temple. In for Laracy, fielded easily by Morgan Baliseo. First time we've said her name in a little while. Tigers have not been able to get too many balls close to the mouth of the goal. Wall forming at the top of the box. Temple a chance. Trying to cut the deficit to 1. Good defense by Memphis. Levasseur, I believe, the one that got the head to it. Blocked again by the Tigers. They will not let it in. Defender with a little arm bar there on Michaela Morton. Here's Gauthier. Steady center back for the Tigers. Stevens will give chase. Wilkins hustling past her. Emma Wilkins weaving between. Wilkins will challenge Moberg. Moberg got to it. Able to cover. Wilkins has been the foremost threat this evening for the Owls, and twice now stonewall right in the face of Elizabeth Moberg. Can't say that she really got off a shot there. Moberg just covered it and gave her no angle. No space to work. Levasseur at the other end. Past the diving Baliseo for the goal. Goal number 6 for Marie Levasseur. And the Tigers up 3-0 late in the second half. Subs oncoming for the Temple Owls, who trail it 3-0 now. Sarah McGlynn returns as Seamus O'Connor and the Philadelphia crew still look for answers. Thursday night contest has drawn a good crowd here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. Don't forget Memphis takes on UConn on Senior Day. It'll be a 1 o'clock start on Sunday afternoon, Central Time, of course. And a t-shirt giveaway to the first 100 fans in attendance. Played toward Moberg. Off the deflection. She comes running up to grab it. As we said from Moberg, a 5-0 debut against UCF, one of the best teams in the country. Maybe not so indicative of her own skill set. Talented freshman. Has shown herself to be collected tonight. Calm under pressure. Two noteworthy moments between she and Emma Wilkins of Temple. Both times she stymied Wilkins. The Tigers, with fewer than 15 minutes to play, and a 3-goal advantage. Looking to cross some T's and dot some I's. Warner pushed down on the right flank, which will set up Lisi for a free kick. Lisi has been particularly hard to defend tonight. Almost a volley in from Clarissa Laracy, the freshman, as the ball got to the center and then it bounced high over the goal mouth. To the opposite corner we go. Thanks for joining us this evening on the Memphis Tiger Network. Along with the executive producer Shelby Hodges, I'm Tyler Springs, our camera crew this evening. Aspen Hayes, Nathan Chin, Michael Matthews. Jessica Lisi strikes for the back post. Headed by Temple. Controlled by Maggie Overby. Back to the goal. Played in. The header just missed by Warner, and the flag goes up on the far side for Jessica Lisi. Brooks Monaghan began the week in a bit of a sour mood, as you might imagine, from a man that lost 2 matches over the weekend. And thinks, more importantly, he's got a very good team that ought not be suffering those sorts of defeats, even against good opposing squads. This win, not going to settle his stomach too much, but should brighten the team's spirits as they head into a tough match against UConn upcoming on Sunday. It's not carved in stone yet, of course, but with 12 minutes remaining and Temple down 3 goals, a rally seems a bit improbable. First action of the match for Javon Dupree, Philadelphia native, for the Temple side. Temple recruits heavily from Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Memphis recruits heavily from Canada because, of course. Brooks Monaghan has made it work. You don't stick 18 years in one place without figuring it out. And he has. Tigers hoping for a push into the NCAA tournament this year, perhaps. But have to take care of a lot more business ahead. Wilkins, again, knocked roughly off her feet by Sydney Kingston. Not a ton of action for Kingston and Sesson Stevens here in the second half. Most of it seen in the offensive left for Temple. Defended by Mallon and Gauthier. Back post. Temple cannot put it together. Asking for a deflection. They will have a chance for a corner here. Wilkins on the corner. Line drive, front post. Taken away by the Tigers. Levasseur using her length to keep control of the ball. 3-0 Memphis, under 10 minutes to play in the match. Tigers giving a good account of themselves tonight. Not fouling a ton. Have gotten the offense they needed, taking advantage of the chances where they've had them. Ahead from Marie Levasseur, who never seems to run out of gas. Got the deflection, corner coming. Subs on for Brooks Monaghan as he begins to clear the bench. Oseiare, who had the most shots of any player in the match against UCF, on here late for the Tigers. Wilkins taken out by Morgan Glassford. As Temple tries to salvage some kind of offensive success from what has so far been a shutout. Would be the first career shutout for Elizabeth Moberg, the freshman goalkeeper for Memphis, if it holds this way. Overby. And out through the touchline. Taylor Johnston will give Jessica Lisi a much-deserved rest. Throw in from Rebecca Starnes, junior transfer from UT Martin. Tigers unable to lose possession, or unable to keep possession, rather. Starnes played at Bolton High School in Arlington, local product, and has come back home to help buoy the Tigers' depth at the back. Lots of chances for younger players to prove themselves. Lisi with a goal tonight. Has probably seen her last action. 8 shots to lead all comers. Nobody on the Temple side has more than 2. And to be fair, none of Lisi's teammates have more than 2 either. She's been the focal point, and she has had plenty of chances, converting one of her best. Overby. ERA. Warner back to ERA. Warner knocked off it. Katie McCoy seeing a little action late for Temple. Under 6 minutes to play. Memphis on top, 3-0. Chance for Warner, puts it through. Mark it down, Lizzie Warner, number 9 on the season. A 4-0 lead for Memphis.
Assistant number 22,
Everybody scores this evening as the Tigers try to scrub the taste of a 5-0 loss to UCF out of their mouth. Up 4 against the Owls, and the batteries just keep going. Temple will play it ahead aggressively with not much to lose now. Nice defensive effort. By Memphis tonight. You look at the foremost scoring threats on the Temple side. 2 shots for Ilana Falcone. For Gabrielle McEwen, 1 shot. And for Carrie McGinley, nada. That is 3 shots, none of them on goal for the 3 leading scorers of Temple. Makes it a little hard to produce some offense if you're on Seamus O'Connor's side. Owls looking like they will drop below 500 both on the season and in conference play with this defeat. Murphy for Morton. Into a thicket. Now Dolan. Serena Dolan, a strike wide. 3:40 to play. Tigers polishing off win number 8 in 2017. They'll get the Yukon Huskies next down at the Park Avenue campus on Sunday. T-shirt giveaway to the first 100 fans in attendance for that match. Be sure and turn out for the 5 senior Tigers to be honored by Brooks Monaghan and the staff ahead of that game. Niecy Jennings, Alexandria Stafford, Sydney Kingston, all will be honored on that day, along with Lawrence Abral, who is now a manager but has dedicated her time to the Tigers in the course of her college career in significant ways. I do not want to forget also Sesson Stevens, who will be honored as part of Senior Day. Those are the 5 seniors. Stevens, Sobral, Jennings, Stafford, and Kingston for the blue and gray. Have presided over much winning in their tenures. Under 2 minutes to play as Samantha Murphy gives chase. Corner coming for Taylor Johnston and the Tigers. Johnston, a freshman from where else? Mississauga, Ontario. Chance to set up here from the right side with the right foot. Faded black and gold cleats. Launches toward the back post. Just pushed it a little wide. 1 minute to play
1 minute remaining.
here at Mike Rose Soccer Complex. Baliseo pushing it right side for the Owls. They look as though they will go quietly into the night. First collegiate shutout for Elizabeth Moberg. Freshman can breathe a sigh of relief, having done her part.
Memphis corner kick number 18, Taylor Johnston.
Between the pipes for Memphis this evening. Bent in close, but knocked away by the Owls. 10 seconds left. Memphis in no rush to get this corner.
18, Taylor Johnston.
Though they will try
5,
and press it in toward the back post.
4, 3, 2,
ERA.
1.
Starnes. Played forward. Did it beat the buzzer? No, they wave it off. Not quite. A merciful ending to a tough match for the